Mark Mitchell.
Mr Speaker, I'm happy to take a call on the Regulatory Reform Bill, and I'd like to commend the Minister, Honourable John Banks, for making sure that this bill got the attention that it needed and that it is in the House now for its third reading. Mr Speaker, I'd have to say that really this bill is about helping our business community and our businesses, the private sector. And the future for my kids, the future for our kids, the future for the next generations in New Zealand does not lie in the growth of a public sector. It lies in the growth of our private sector. It lies in the growth of our tradable and export sector. And anything that this government can do to make them more competitive, to give them a competitive advantage, we should be doing. And this Regulatory Reform Bill is about that, Mr Speaker. I've been holding business forums myself for the last 8 months in my own electorate of Rodney, Mr Speaker, and the common theme that is coming through from all my local businesses, whether they be small business, medium-sized business, exporters or retailers, is that we need to reduce red tape and regulation. And this is exactly what this bill is doing. It's reducing red tape and regulation. High quality regulation is a source of competitive advantage. We might scoff, and I've heard from the other side scoffing at small gains in some areas, but every gain matters. $1,000 on the bottom line of a small business means something to them. It is an impact to their business. So we might scoff at small gains, but let's remember that maybe the overall impact of this bill is a $200 million saving within the economy annually. That's a fairly significant saving to our private sector. Mr Speaker, the growth in this country, the future of this country, lies with our private sector, as I've said. And anything that we can do to help them, we must do to help them. We believe that better regulation and less regulation is essential to assist New Zealand to become more internationally competitive and a more attractive place to live and do business. And we hear every day in this House, and we hear every day and week in, week out from the Labour Party and them talking about people having to leave New Zealand. Well, you know what? Let's support a bill that actually goes somewhere towards making more jobs, making more opportunity available to New Zealanders and Kiwis to come home, to come back to New Zealand, to get involved in business, to get involved in the economy, to bring their kids home, to do something about the future and the growth of New Zealand. We've made improvements, among others, to the Resource Management Act, the electricity sector, the transport, the communications and ACC. We're all aware that the Resource Management Act is something that can have a profound effect on businesses. And I'm sure that they all welcome the changes that are being made to ensure that they are more competitive. The 2009 Government Statement on Regulation made two major commitments. We will introduce new regulation only when we are satisfied that it was required, reasonable and robust, and we will review existing regulation in order to identify and remove requirements that are unnecessary, ineffective or excessively costly. And this is another great thing, Mr Speaker, that is happening through this Regulatory Reform Bill, is that we are getting rid of unnecessary, ineffective and excessively costly regulation. This bill does slash red tape, and it does make life easier for businesses. It contains amendments to 13 acts, removing duplication, getting rid of unnecessary requirements and clearing up inconsistencies with the aim of reducing compliance costs and regulatory burdens to businesses. New Zealand businesses face enough challenges without having to grapple with compliance costs caused by unnecessary regulation. Mr Speaker, I'm very happy to commend this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, during the third reading debate, the Greens indicated they wished to vote against one of the bills. So I propose to put the bills in 3 parcels to allow that to happen. So the first question is the first 3 bills, the Agricultural Compounds and Veterinary Medicines Amendment Bill, the Animal Products Bill and the Companies Amendment Bill be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Agricultural Compounds and Veterinary Medicines Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Animal Products Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Companies Amendment Bill number 2, 3rd reading.
The question now is that the Conservation Amendment Bill be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
57 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
13 opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
The ayes are 103, the noes are 14. The motion is agreed to.
Conservation Amendment Bill, 3rd reading.
Members, the question is that the remaining bills from the Regulatory Reforms Bill be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it.
Publication and Classification Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Fisheries Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Friendly Societies and Credit Unions Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Radio Communications Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Registered Architects Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Statistics Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Takeovers Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Unit Trusts Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Wine Amendment Bill, 3rd reading. Regulatory Reform Repeals Bill, 3rd reading.
Point of order, Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, we've made excellent progress this afternoon. I seek leave for the House to adjourn 5 minutes early.
Leave is sought for that purpose. Is there anyone opposed to that course of action? There appears not. So the House will stand adjourned until 2 p.m. on Tuesday, the 28th of August 2012.